Welcome to Rack of the Week 188. I want to welcome my newest supporters, Perseverance and Richard, and let's say thank you to my full-time top-tier supporters, Rick, Brian, Chris, James, Rainier, Fred, Leroy, Christopher, Ken, Charlie, and Indian Heathen. I'm going to remove my face from the screen because I want to show both tables from a live stream a few days ago. Over 10 innings, I maintained a BPI of 28. Let's take a look at this rack, and I'll put a link in the description to this rack so that you can go watch the full thing, the whole run if you want. I think this was a run of 56. And I call this one Smorgasbord because I think there was just a wide variety of shots in this rack, and that's something that's really cool about straight pool. You know, in 9-ball, you're kind of doing the same thing all the time. It's either stop shot, bounce the cue ball off the rail, or 2 rails out of the corner to get somewhere. And you kind of do those things over and over and over. But straight pool, there's such a wide variety of shots and position plays that you got to do to try to make things happen. This kind of falls in line with the Rack of the Week I did a few weeks ago called something about you have to have fun. You have to have fun what you're doing. And that's what it takes in straight pool. You've got to apply yourself. I'm going to go ahead and hit play right now. You've got to accept every shot that comes and enjoy it. Enjoy the challenge, and just set your mind to execute one shot at a time as best you can, and enjoy the smorgasbord. And that's what this one is. You saw me go and take a look at the angle there, and I believe that I have an angle. I'm hitting the top side of that 2 to draw up table. And I got some draw on it and almost scratched. It sure didn't go up table. It headed straight for that side pocket. The results are pretty good. I've got just only 4 balls in the rack area that are tied up that need to be bumped. I have a potential break ball with the 2. The 15, 14, a little bit of trouble. I'll have to deal with that. Now, if it wasn't for this 3 ball that I'm about to shoot, I'd have a tough shot to open the rack. So all I'm doing with this 3 ball is just going to center table. I'm going to have a shot on the 7 or the stripe or the 2 ball, and then I'll be able to continue the run. So now this is, and I talked about taking one shot at a time. This is a long shot. It's because of the length of the shot, you can rattle this ball. You got to focus and just make it. I'm not doing anything with the cue ball, just trying to hold it there. I know I'm going to have a shot on the 1 or the 2 or the 4 ball next. So now I have the cue ball is what I call under control. Now that I'm close to the balls, I should be able to hopefully keep control of the cue ball and keep it out of danger and not to have to shoot any more difficult shots, which probably isn't going to happen, as you can guess. So I'm looking at this and deciding what to shoot. I could shoot the 1 ball in the corner and like stun the cue ball out, or draw it this way for the 9 or the 6. I decide that the easier shot is that ball, the 2 ball. Yeah, see, I had an opportunity to nudge this 12 out for a break shot. I sacrificed the 2 ball as a break shot is what I did on that shot. I decided that was the best route to proceed through the rack, rather than trying to do a bunch of difficult shots and positions to try and preserve the 2. I've got to trust my ability to make a break ball. And so that's what I did. Now, when I bumped into those balls, I created a shooting gallery into this pocket. So I want to get the cue ball over here so I can gain access to the shooting gallery. But you saw me shoot that ball and draw back to bump the 15. Now, I just barely have enough room to spin that 14 ball in. You have to shoot the 14 first, because if you shoot the 4 first and then you shoot the 14, here's your cue ball, and what are you going to shoot? So I have a very shallow angle, but I can get the cue ball over here so that I can just tap the 9 ball in and come here and get behind these balls. So what I'm trying to do is the stripe doesn't go. This stripe does not go, but the 8, the 5, and the 11 is that go. But I want to get a shot on the 8, a low angle on the 8, because then I can tap this. This 5 ball is going to carry him off the 11 and come over here for a break ball. And then I have the 1 and the 12 back this way as insurance. Now, I didn't get there. I'm pretty straight in on the 8 right now. I can't really bump the 10 very well. So I've got to shoot the 15 and draw back not quite as far as I have it right now. And I draw it back way too far. I'm even on the wrong side of the ball. I've got to cut the 12 just slightly to my left in the side pocket. So I'm looking at I was experimenting. I was looking at the possibility of shooting the 8 and stunning the cue ball to the bottom rail and up, and that's a bad idea. So I can draw this 12 smartly back to the rail and off, and that should get me the angle that I need. Okay, so it looks like I'm putting all my eggs in one basket, and I kind of am. But now I've got an insurance ball with the 1. Let's see if we can get the right speed to bump the 5 over off of the 11. And as it turned out, it didn't hit the 11. So that's got to be my break shot. But I'm looking at this going, oh my goodness, why did the cue ball have to stop right on top of the 11? So now I've got to shoot an elevated shot and cut the 1 in the side and try and come back down table and get a shot on these balls. But I'm looking at it a little bit more, and I'm like, no, I've got a space of about a half an inch, and you can probably see that on the overhead. So if I can get a clean hit on this ball, the cue ball is going to go this way into this zone, which gives me a shot on the 1 and the 10. So this isn't a traditional end pattern. Like I said, this is a smorgasbord of different shots just to try and make a break ball and stay alive. And as it turns out, what usually happens when you use a bridge? You shoot it too soft, you understroke, because the cue tip is farther from the cue ball than you think. So you end up understroking, and I didn't account for that. So now I've either got a long, tough shot on the 1, stun to the rail, and try and hold the cue ball for the 10 and come 2 rails around for the break shot. That's not appealing. Or I've got a back cut on this 10. And this looks like the cue ball's got to go 3 rails around the table. But I look at it and I'm like, this is part of the smorgasbord. Cutting a ball backwards with soft speed. Boy, you got to practice these because you need to do it in straight pool. I noticed that the angle was such that I'm probably going to come past the shot line for the 1, and then it's just a matter of stunning over to the rail and off. You want to use the rail. Don't try and just float it. Use the rail, speed off the rail to get an angle on the break shot. And when that cue ball landed there, I said something funny. I was like, how about that? Because that was really a smorgasbord. Every time I shot, almost every time I only had 1 shot to shoot. And it was a wide variety of shots and positional routes. And you just take it 1 shot at a time and just enjoy the smorgasbord. That's the lesson there. Now, this is a tough break shot, or it's not tough. It's non-traditional because the break ball is very high and outside. But I've got the proper angle on this. Just a straight high ball. The cue ball is going to go right into the top part of the rack, I believe. What I don't want to do is scratch in the side over here. So you've got to make sure you get some good top spin on that cue ball. Let's see, I think it curves around the top of the rack. Yeah, well, it skipped right off the top. Sometimes it'll back up and then go forward around it, but that one skipped off the top. And as it so happened, once again, I have 1 shot to choose from. That happens a lot in straight pool. It's the way it's going to be. But as you can tell, and as I mentioned, this is now the 3rd rack. I think in a run of 56. So I was able to pocket this 6, get position, and clear this rack as well. There's a link in the description if you want to see that run. And the whole live stream is pretty good. Like I said, I maintained a 28 BPI over 10 innings. So things are progressing in the direction I want. And remember, if you are going to play straight pool, play it straight. And see you next week on Rack of the Week. Thanks for watching. Bye.